Hello, welcome to Paleo Greenbird here, and today let's finish up this Novaculite preform that we started a little while back. Thin it out a little bit and see what we can get out of it. My sandstone got wet, it got rained on because I left it out, so we'll see how that affects it. I don't think it should make that big of a deal, but we'll see. So this end here is a little bit thicker than the rest, so I think I'm going to start by addressing this. My tip is a little bit thick on this side, so I should probably think about that also. And I've got this hinge right here I need to get rid of. So, before I attack that hinge, let's do a little bit of work on this base. I have two billets I'm going to be working with today. One is my 3/4 inch, I believe, lead head. And this is a billet that a friend of mine, Trey McCord, made for me. It's actually filled to about here with lead, and then he pushes a stick in there, makes it hollow. But it's very, very heavy. It's a lot heavier than this, but it's a lot smaller, so it should allow me to target smaller platforms and drive some really good flakes. So I'm going to warm up with what I'm used to, and then give that other billet a shot too, because if you've seen any of his work, you'll know he does amazing work. So, I'll start by thinning this base. Probably going to do a little bit of knapping off the hand on this too. Oh, I just got my sandstone wet again. This platform, this side over here, so I can shoot off those hinges. Problem is, I'm getting hinges on those that other side. We'll see. Grinding nearly as much as I should be. Just having some fun. I'm getting strong platforms. Hard, and I did take away most of that hinge. So, just had to smack it real hard. see if I can undercut this big giant step right here. Not sure what's going to happen here. I'm going to have to hit it hard, that's for sure. Right place, so. If I have to work this one side too much, it might end up knife blade. There we go. See that big flake? I should have shown you the flake, but see, it took off all that hinge right there. But I still got that junk right there I have to take off. So let's do that now. That was a really productive flake though. I wish I would have shown you that. That really cleaned that piece up quite a bit. It's exactly what I needed. Again. Oop, not hard enough. Oof. That crushed edge there, really bad. I don't know if I'll be able to undercut that or not. Alright, so I'm having some accuracy issues. There we go. Got it that time. So now you can see we're getting a weird shape, so I want to address that before I go too much further. Might still get a nice long skinny spear point out of this. Let's see. I might go get another piece of sandstone because this wet sandstone is not really impressing me with its performance. We're taking off what we want to take off, so that's good. I'll be really careful about end shock right now. Especially because you can't really see it, but the tip is a little bit thin. I should probably address that once I get some shaping done. I don't want to get too caught up in the shaping. It's thicker on this end too, so I mean either end you don't want them thicker. This is the worst case scenario. You never want your middle thicker than either of your ends, especially not both of your ends. So since I'm having some good luck, I'm going to get nice good support. I'm not death gripping it, but I'm making sure that it's not going to vibrate. That kinetic energy is going to absorb into my hand, hopefully. First. Came up and hit me right in the face. Glad I had glasses on. If you have bad vision like me, I find myself slowly starting to creep down, find myself 4 or 5 inches away from the stone. That's a perfect example of why that's a bad idea. You have to wonder how often the old boys would get stuff in their eyes, what they did about it. I've never found anything that talks about that, but if you have, post it. I'd love to read it. My guess is that they were just a lot better than me. They started at an early age. That's a weak platform. Let's not even bother with that. There we go. Yeah, see, that last flake wasn't great, but it left me with a really good platform, so. Blessing in disguise. Shaping. So I need to get rid of this down here. So that's getting a little more symmetrical. Yeah, I said that kind of funny, didn't I? I'd rather deal with the symmetry now than later. So let's work on this ugly spot right up here. This is a terrible platform. From the other side first. That sounds like a nice chip. It's hard building a platform on something that has so many steps on it. It's just hard to do. Sometimes you almost have to zigzag it a little bit, just lose some material. I'm going to try and avoid that. So I'm going to try and take a platform this way to leave myself a platform and take off that junk on the top. If I can not break it. There we go. Sort of did what I wanted. Yeah, we're coming along nicely. That's what I needed. Nice big flake like that. You could hear it probably. this tip thin. Yep, Alright, so we got cleaned up that tip quite a bit, as you can see. So now I'm going to start coming back to the base here. Base is still a little bit thick in a few spots, but we're almost ready to grind this off and start pressure flaking. My neighbor's dog going crazy, but in his defense is my fault. My chickens go over there and terrorize his dog. Okay. Let's trim it up a little. And see the point. Starting to see it. Give it a nice good grind. There we go, nice little flake. Give myself a little bit of a hinge, but that's all right. I'm going to have to go check on my chickens there. Just trying to even this base out a little bit. I kind of had it was swinging to one way. Something funny there. Not really taking flakes right now unless I see a really good platform. I'm just kind of shaping it. if I want to go too much further with percussion here. I like the thickness of it. It could be thinner, but I don't really want it thinner. It's a spear point. You want it to be able to bounce off of ribs. I want the tip to be pretty thin though. So now I'm taking flakes. I got my shape down a little bit. Let's try not to break the point here. Here on the tip. It's hard when you get to the tip because you get that leftover little nub from thinning. You just got to kind of work the angles. And sometimes you even lose a little bit. Sometimes you lose the tip and you have to reshape the tip. That's all right. If it gives you a better tip, it's worth losing that, you know, centimeter. All these little platforms are emerging, basically saying, take me. They're tempting you. They're saying, go beyond your limit. Snap me in half. Of course, I'm there saying, okay, let's do it. All right, so we're going to call this one done for now. We're going to notch it, but look how much we took off of this. See how thin that is? That's plenty thin to be a good spear point or a knife. Whatever you want to make it. You can still make a knife out of this, but I don't know, for some reason I really want to make this a spear point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grind everything really good, because we're going to come back in the next video, we're going to pressure flake it and notch it. There's a platform I just cannot resist though. What happens. Grind and all these platforms just appear. Stuck right in my hand. feel the blade wobble in my hand at that time. That's not what you want to feel, because that is end shock, my friend. Want that blade nice and tight. Not nice and tight, but you want to have lots of contact. Alright, so it's a little thicker over on this side. I don't know if you can see that, but it is over on that side. But I'm going to take care of that with some pressure flaking. I'd love to keep going, and I'm super tempted to do so, but I have a feeling that if I do, I'm going to regret it. So this is what we ended up with. All we have to do now is pressure flake it and notch it. And that's a nice spear point. I mean, it's, you know, it's not perfectly symmetrical, but we're going to take care of that when we pressure flake it. But nice flake pattern on both sides. I mean, it could be a better flake pattern, but I'm happy with it. If it'll kill. This side down here, this side of the base is a little bit unsymmetrical, which I think I'll just address it right now. That base has been giving me a kind of an issue as far as symmetry is concerned the whole time. That one spot. So with that being said, we're gonna keep it right like that. That's a lot. That's better. Good enough. So anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you appreciated the video. Not one of my most exciting videos, but if you made it to the end, you're awesome. And if you have any questions, post them in the comments. Thank you so much. This is Paleo Greenbird, and I am signing out.